The new quote up where Yoko Ono had a quote before. This is probably by her as well. It's under the name of Virgil Abloh, A-B-L-O-H. You're such a person. Well, here's the meaning of that from my personal point of view. Virgil leads Dante up to heaven. At that point, he parts ways with Dante. Okay? And who takes up the leadership of Dante from then on? Beatrice. Beatrice is now going to lead Dante to heaven. Right? I've got stage fright and I'm saying, Christ, is that the way it happens? I think that is. I mean, I got stage fright and you know what I mean when I get scared now. I don't know things that are obvious to me. So the quote says, you can do it too. So Yoko's saying, okay, I got your apology. It's not good enough for my name go back on because you didn't put your dedication back. So you get a kind of a half help. And I'm telling you, you can do it too. And who's going to take the lead after Virgil? Sayaka. Sayaka's going to take the lead. She's your Beatrice. That's correct. Now, Abloh, who's that? He may be a real person. I don't know. But anyway, that's the meaning that I take from that. Now, that's up on the building where Yoko had her quote before, and I think this one is by Yoko as well. Okay, who's going to put a quote like that up on that building? Well, they might. There hasn't been one since she took hers down. There hasn't been anything up there, and there was nothing up there before, as I recall. But I wasn't paying that close attention. But I don't believe there was, and so this is Yoko's answer. Now, what does that tell me? It tells me just what I thought, that Sayaka is alone like me. She's not in my phone. She's not working with secret police and so on. And it also tells me that Yoko may know it. I was saying it's possible that because of some connection to wealth that Sayaka has, whether she's an actual descendant of a famous clan, then married a man who had a lot of money who was attracted to that famous name of hers. The famous clan she's a descendant from. She's not a descendant of any famous clan. She was not rich, but she was a descendant of that clan. So that made her attractive to him. Whereas other Japanese didn't want her because she had a Spanish accent and so on. They were very picky. And there was a wealthy man said, here's an in for me, that clan name. And he dies of cancer or something. She inherits his wealth. Somehow she's wealthy, and she may know Yoko because the wealth, along with the clan name, got her friendship with Yoko. Maybe. Who knows? This woman is a genius. Sayaka is genius level of intelligence.
Wow.
I mean, I don't know anything about IQ, but there was a guy at the IB, I'm right outside the IBW building. Okay? There was a guy who worked at the IBW who worked in the research department, and he was supposed to be genius level of intelligence. His name was Larry something. And I'm not going to comment on that. Except that from what I've seen of Sayaka and what I saw of him, Sayaka may be up there near where Marilyn Vosavon was. Marilyn Vosavon's IQ was like 220, the highest IQ in human history. Sayaka may be up there around 200, I swear to God. I mean, this was staggering to me while I watched her. It kept me jaw dropped while watching her all the time, saying, my God, she's all over the map and it's effortless. And the facts come up like from a computer. The precise fact, she's going to tell you 3 days of weather on one continent, then she's on another continent. telling you 3 or 4 days of weather in a city there. Like, she knows the whole thing. It's as easy as reading a street sign here. I look ahead, I see 7th Street. That's how easy it is for her. So as I say, I've been staggered by her intelligence. And it's not just her intelligence. I say I can listen to her for hours. Why? Because it's clear to me she's thinking of me. And she's thinking of me in ways that I like. Okay? It shows her perception of reality is similar to mine. It is. And her emotional maturity, let's call it. The maturity of a literary scholar. You're not going to be a literary scholar unless you're fine-tuned to an awareness of the depths of human emotion and thought that you're going to read in works of literature. You got to be attuned to that. So she's there. She's there. She's that understanding and knowledgeable. So she's not just a woman out there saying it'll be 53 degrees in Tokyo, and by the way, it's going to be a little rainy in Moscow, and she doesn't get it. The way her intonation, the way she delivers her report, this is clearly somebody who's not just, a computer in terms of genius. This is a sensibility here. This is a person of refined intelligence. Okay? So, do I want to be with her? My God, the more I think of her, the more I want it. I'm at a point now, I'm not going to go on, but I'm lost. What did I start out saying? I think. I don't remember now. Saying that you can do it too. And it may be that Yoko knows Sayaka. They may even be friends. And not because Sayaka's wealthy, but because she's a genius. And what kind of friend? Distant friends. They know each other, that's all. Sayaka is isolated like me. That's why you can hear it in her voice. She's in a similar solitary confinement to the one I'm in. That's the first thing I noticed about her. I said, okay, I see your time, it's now your last report, it's around 10 after 1 a.m. Now you're going to go home to what? An empty apartment and no life. Where are your friends? You're going to have a big life with friends, go out into town, there's nowhere to go. Everything's closed. So I said, probably she read my books, being isolated like that. Women are the readers, and online is where the modern women readers are going to be, right? The smartest ones. She's in broadcasting. She's at the top of the world in technology, so she's going to be looking around the world on whatever devices she had at home. She finds this writer in America with the picture of an Asian woman on the front of a book, Otherworld. And she's of deaf family descent. She's reading, oh my God, I have never seen such a thing in all my life. And she's absolutely won over by my deaf character, who was drawn from my experience with my wife. She says, she's saying to herself, I've never seen anybody ever present a deaf character this way. Ever. Women are the readers, they've always been the readers. So, Sayaka discovers my book. I don't know when, before she hears about me from intelligence community or after, I don't know. Probably around 2017, 2018. But the intelligence community could have let her know at that time too, because that's when I started to watch her channel all the time. I wasn't watching anything else, only her channel. So maybe they contacted the station, and they're not contacting her. She's the weather lady, and I haven't even watched her yet. And she's in a group meeting now. We had a meeting here from Sergeant Batorsky of the American Secret Police. And he's saying, if any of you get contacted by this man, who they say needs a lot of help, he's a schizophrenic. She's got a master's in psychology, right? Maybe. He's a schizophrenic, and here's his name, and he has a pen name. Here it is. He's unpublished. Nobody wants to publish him, but they want to help him because he may have information that they find valuable. So, interesting. She goes home, and she gets home 2 a.m. to the empty apartment, and she takes that out, and it's a Garden Earth Art. She looks that up. And she finds that book and she starts to read back in 2018, and boom, she falls in love. She becomes a fan. So she's going to demonstrate that she's a fan, first of all. And then they're telling her, look, if this guy's got his television tuned to your channel, this light will come on, and you'll see that he's watching. Look over here. This red light will signal that he's watching at that moment. I want all of you to realize this. So when that happens, now she realizes she's giving her a weather report the day after I publish a poem that makes it look like I'm doing a weather report. I'm surrounded by clouds in the sky and all, reading a poem. Maybe she thinks, hey, I think he likes me. He's got this weather background, so she dresses in keeping with that poem. She's going to be the heart that the guy describes in the poem, me. Draws me toward pleasures, I forget. Is the heart in there somehow? I'm stage fright. I can recite that poem by heart usually, but stage fright, I don't remember. Now, so she dresses how? She's the heart gonna draw me to pleasures, however I said it, and she's got a red blouse on with a black skirt, and she's dancing around up there during that report, and I'm like, wow. The day after I put that poem on, so I'm caught. After I see that report, I watch her every time she comes on TV until she goes off. And then I see her after that. So she's on like our time, 4 a.m., 5 a.m., 6 a.m., I don't know exactly. And her last gig is 1 a.m. her time. I watch every single one, and I often watch on 3 or 4 TVs at once. 3 or 4 TVs all tuned into her channel. I'm watching them all at once, filming from one, filming from another, saving all the films. And I do that the entire time. Every time she comes on, I'm there at the TV. So I'm there every day from whatever, 4 a.m. to whatever the hell time it is, 11 a.m. our time. Every day. For months. Well, it starts 2022. She goes off the air March 31st, 2023. Apparently she's fired for making these signs, but I contributed to that by putting videos online saying, I saw where you said this. She's probably thinking, for God's sake, did you have to do that? So she gets fired. But I keep putting my videos on there, and I go to a country 3 times, so on and so forth. Now, how did I start this note out again? Let me think. How did I start it out? I don't remember now. Yoko's message on the building. So, Yoko is saying now, I can do it too with her. What does that mean? It means it's just going to take work. She's not in the secret police or anything. Yoko would never support that, right? John had all these problems getting a green card to live in the United States. She She's no fan of police, believe me, or governments even, so she's saying, I can do it too. That's a recognition that I've got a big battle ahead. Today is the 16th of January, 2026. It's a Friday. And right now the time is, get my watch. It's a little after, no, 10 minutes before noon.